everyone, it's Raquel Berman here, and today I'm here sharing a layout for Pink Paislee. This is for the leaves theme on the Pink Paislee blog this week, and what I decided to do was I went hunting for cut files, and I purchased some cut files both from the Cut Shop and Just Nick Studio online, and the one at the top is from Just Nick, and then some of the leaves are from the Cut Shop, I believe. So what I decided to do was frame a photo in that top cut file, that circular element cut file, and then use the other leaf cut files just as an embellishing touch. So my thought was to document this autumn day with my kiddies. We were actually at this new play park that this was taken last year, at this new play park that is probably about 40 minutes from our house, but it's close to where I work. And we it has this like water feature there. And on this particular day, the kids were loving popping the leaves at the top of the water feature and then watching them go down and travel down the sort of slides of the feature, and you can actually turn the slides so that the water goes in different directions, if that makes sense. So they had a really nice time on this particular day, and I wanted to document it, and the photo was perfect for this theme as well and the story. So what I'm doing with the cut file is I'm choosing papers from the Turn the Page collection and just backing some of those portions of that cut file with the patterns. So I grabbed out one of the pattern papers in the collection that has the 2x2 squares. I love that how many prints that you get in these. They're perfect for something like backing a cut file because you only need the one sheet of paper and you get such a varied look on your design. When I'm backing the cut file, I used to, sometimes I will trace the design and then hand cut it out. But when it's something where I'm sort of backing a whole big portion, like the circle in the cut file, I just simply stick it on, and you can sort of see that to the right there of what I'm working on right now with that yellow pattern paper. And then once it's dry, I just fussy cut around it, so it saves me a little bit of time. I backed the leaves on the dark green because I really wanted to bring in that deeper green colour into this layout. And then what I grabbed was I grabbed a leaf die that I had, and it's more like the autumn leaf design, and I cut that on the 6x6 paper pad. So 2 of the papers in that paper pad, and what I love about that little paper pad is that there is that rose gold foiling to some of the designs. So I wanted to bring that into the layout. So that's what I did with those leaves. And I want them to sort of look scattered amongst the page. So I've got some at the top right of the page, some sort of at the middle left, and then I'm going to have them falling to the bottom right of the page from that cut file. I also added a little bit of detail with that phrase, what you call it, phrase paper, that pattern paper with all the text on it that's in those wavy lines that I'm holding now. When I looked at that paper in the design, in the pack of pattern papers when I received them, I was trying to think of what I could do to make a bit of a feature. Now, this isn't a really bold feature on my page, but it certainly adds a nice little design touch. So I cut out one of the strips that contains some of the green, and where I thought that the actual sentiments on that piece matched my layout. And then what I am actually going to do with that is I'm going to adhere that at the bottom, and then I'm going to cut along, you can see me doing it now, that wave, so that the bottom of the page has that waved edge, which I thought just added a nice little look to the page. And then I'm going to add some machine stitching off camera, which I've done, and bend the edges of the sides and the top of the page up. So I've pretty much backed that cut file. I actually use my 2x2 phrase pad to get the title of this page, which is It's the Little Things. And that's what you can see sort of towards the bottom of that cut file. So it's just one of those phrase sheets out of the paper pad, and it was just a perfect fit for that cut file space. And I thought it was, you know, a good title as well for the page. You could see when I'm adhering the leaves that I'm bending them inwards and upwards and trying to add dimension to them, because I really want them to look like they're you know, scattered on the page, and I wanted to really add that dimensional look. And in the close-ups you can definitely see that. It is hard to see from this view, but I'm adhering those down. I'm happy with the placement. I've cut some super teeny tiny blue leaves from one of the pattern papers that you saw me fussy cutting earlier, and this little quote that I'm snipping around now, this tiny word sticker, is actually from the Paige Evans 30-page sticker book. It is giant. I tell you what, I could not believe it when I received it, how many pages of stickers there is. So stickers for days with that little paper pad, but I found a perfect quote, and it said fall favourites, and I thought that was a lovely little addition that I could add to the page. So I'm adding some teeny tiny little puffy flowers. You know how much I love my smaller embellishments for those finishing touches. I talk about it all the time, but it was just those sorts of embellishments I just have to use, and I find that they're one of the first things that goes in any of my packets of ephemera, or if I've got enamel dots, it's always the teeny tiny ones that go first. But I suppose that's just the way I work now. I sort of know the things that I love, and know what I'll definitely use first when it comes to embellishments. So I'm adding my journaling to my page, and it's just a little bit about how much they enjoyed this park, what they were doing, and I've also made sure to include the date. And I'm just using my T-square ruler to make sure that I've lined up that first bit of journaling straight, and then after that I normally will gauge the rest of my journaling off that top strip. So as long as that top strip's straight, well, that was a bit of a tongue twister, I know that if I adhere it evenly underneath, it should all remain straight. So I'm just adding that journaling in, and then I'm going to leave you with a close-up of the final page and some close-up images of the detail of the layout, where you can see the dimension that's been added. I hope that you enjoyed this layout. Be sure to check out the Pink Paislee blog for the rest of the design team contributions to the Leaves Gallery, and I will see you all soon. Bye everyone.